guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kristen, Myopulence, who came over from Instagram. Today, we're going to be doing a Drugstore First Impression from Walmart. I don't know, my birthday was recent. I got a gift card from my dad for Walmart, and I'm just like, you know what? Let's go all out. So shout out to my dad. So this is going to be a First Impressions tutorial. I've tried to do one of these before and it failed miserably, so I didn't post it. This glitter though. This glitter looks bomb AF. The first thing we're gonna start out with, I got the Milani Keep It Smooth Luxe Lip Treatment in 03 Sugar Smooth. It moisturizes and soothes. Has shea butter, coconut oil, olive fruit oil, sweet almond oil. There's a lot of freaking oils in it. I always put a lip balm on before I start my base so that by the time I am ready for lipstick, my lips will be nice and hydrated. So this is the Milani Keep It Smooth Luxe Lip Treatment. Oh, I like the packaging. It smells really nice. It's like a sugary vanilla. It's like really lightweight. Okay, so this was a $9 lip balm. It's really lightweight. We'll see how I feel about it. How I think it affects my lips. I do like the packaging. Right now I don't know if it was worth $9 though. Next. Hydrating. I got the Hard. I've never actually bought anything from Hard Candy. This is the Sheer Envy Hydrating Primer Mist. 12-hour power. To hydrate, it electrolytes, energize, and hydrates skin. Coconut water infused. This guy was $8, so he was $8. 2.2 fluid ounces in it. Comparatively, the Urban Decay All Nighter has 4 fluid ounces, so it's twice as much. Obviously, it's like 4 times the price though, or 3 times the price. I like the spray. It's really diffused. It's not like damp, you know? There's some sprays you get that just like go everywhere. Definitely not the case. It smells really nice. It says you should use it throughout the day to refresh and revitalize skin. I'm not a believer in that for primer mist, I guess. 12-hour power though. We'll see. So the next thing are these EcoTools color correcting minis, or color perfecting minis. So they're meant to like be paired with color correcting concealers, so you have like one for each color. I just thought they were really cute. I'm curious to see if they're comparable to the Beauty Blender minis. I mean, saying they need to be paired with color correcting concealers is a bit of a gimmick. If you're OCD and need your beauty blenders to match the color you're using, then I guess. They feel good so far. I'm gonna use the green one for now. I'll go get him damp. I feel like you could also use this without getting them damp, honestly. It's really soft. It's really, really squishy. I'm gonna not get it damp. I'm gonna keep it dry. Feeling this mist dry down. It's interesting. It says that it's oil-free and silicone-free, but it feels really oily. We'll see about that. I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Mega Cushion Color Corrector. I got it in green for redness. I thought the packaging was just really cute. They also have like a color corrector wheel, but I just wanted this because I thought the packaging was really cute. This cost... Oh. So the 4 sponges cost $7.98, and the Wet n Wild Color Corrector, this guy was $5.62. It comes with a sponge, which is nice. You take that off, this little black guy, and there's the color correcting concealer. So as you can see, I have some stressed blemishes. Look how shiny my face is. That's all from the primer water. It's dried down. That's interesting. I'm just gonna tap this in there. I like the sponge. Considering it's, wow, I barely touched that. Look how much that's covering. Oh my. Okay, that's what we're doing, I guess. Next, I have the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. I got the shade Ivory. Oh my goodness, I look like a mad woman. I look crazy thing in it. I'm just gonna put this onto a palette. Oh, it smells like paint. It smells like actual paint. Okay. Damp and dry. So I'm using it dry today. And I'm just gonna start applying that over the green concealer. I mean, the foundation was... Oh, it smells like paint. Oh, there it is. The foundation was only $4.68. I mean, it's doing a good job. And this sponge is applying it really well. I haven't used this sponge dry before. I'm really liking how... I look like a mad person right now. I apologize, but I'm really liking how this looks. Oh, wow. I also think the primer water is doing stuff. Like, this is applying like an absolute dream. I think the combination of the primer water plus this sponge plus the foundation is like doing really well. It's kind of ironic that the primer water was more expensive than the foundation, in my opinion. I think that concealer, like, you can still see the spots a little bit, but I think the combination of the green concealer as well really helped make a difference. Don't correct me if I'm wrong with that. The only downside to this foundation is it smells like actual paint. Like, I'm not exaggerating. Okay, so the foundation's still drying down a bit. The foundation, I like it so far. I still have to set it and everything and do my concealer, so we'll see how it goes with that. I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Conceal. This is also a first impression. I've just unwrapped it. This is $5. It has a little brush applicator. I'm just gonna squeeze out some product onto the palette just because it's really hard to control how much you get out of this with the brush, in my opinion, and I don't want a lot. And I'm gonna use a little spongy guy just for some extra coverage under my eyes. And again, this sponge is completely dry, and I really like how it's applying. The only downside to the dry sponge is I do find that if you push too hard, it can pick up some of the product you've already laid down. So you just have to make sure you use gentle tapping motions. You use this sponge dry, it doesn't absorb as much of the product as sponges do when they're damp, which is really nice. I feel like the product goes a bit further because it's dry. Concealer I got was the lightest shade I could find. It's shade Porcelain. To be honest, it's really not that light, so because I'm pretty pale and this is also like, yeah. I like how it looks though. I'm just going to quickly set everything using a really little amount of the Kat Von D setting powder. I'm going to do this off camera just because this is not a first impression and I'm trying to make sure I'm only showing you guys first impression. So I'm going to set real quick. Foundation worked nicely with that. It does take a bit more to dry down, I will say, than other foundations I usually work with, so by the time I go into set, usually I can do a little bit of a swiping motion, and I found that disrupted the foundation, so you just have to be careful with that. Either make sure it's dried down all the way, or just make sure you use patting motions. Next, I want to work on just finishing up my skin. This is a new thing I'm working on. I'm trying out. Kim Tai does this, so I want to finish my base, and then I'll go in with eye makeup. Just because I want to be able to use a setting spray and really get my skin like melted into itself. So I have 4 more skin products. The first I'll use is the Physicians Formula Bronze Booster, a bronzer that looked fairly cool toned. So this is supposed to have glow activator technology, bronzer and BB cream benefits with SPF. I got it on offer, I think. Yeah, it was $7 when Physician Formula bronzers are usually like $13, so I'm just like, well, I guess I'll try it out. It's like 50% off. So it's called a beauty balm. The packaging, I mean, it looks nice, but it feels really cheap. It has a brush in the bottom, which I'm not going to use. It has a mirror though, which is a nice mirror. It doesn't like look distorted. The packaging is just not super high quality, but it's a drugstore product. But I feel like for $13 at a drugstore, that's like more high end, and the packaging, like for instance this Milani blush, feels a lot nicer than this guy. With this EcoTools brush, also a drugstore product, but I've used this a lot. It's not really sparkly, which is nice. It has a bit of a gold reflect in the pan, but it's not really looking like glittery or anything on the cheek. So I'm just using this to warm up my face. I'm not gonna contour today, so I wanted something that was cool toned. I think this is decently cool toned. I mean, it's a little warm, but you know, it's bronzer, so it's meant to do that. But I didn't want something that looked orange, and I don't think this does, so that's nice. For $7, I think it applies nicely. It has a nice color. It blends well. I'm fine with it. Next, I'm excited for this. I've never tried any of the Milani Rose blushes. So this is Tea Rose, like tea is in the beverage, which I thought was, I chose it because of the name. I thought the name was really cute, but I also really like the color. And this blush was $7. $7 blush. Go in the Smith Cosmetics 112 brush, just kind of dust over it. Looks pretty pigmented. Oh, it smells funny though. You don't expect powders to have a scent, but that definitely does. I like the pigmentation. The color payoff is nice. It's buildable. I always put blush on a bit more pigmented than I want it to look when I'm done, just because it fades usually. My bronzer, blush, contour, I just kind of put it all together. I like it. No complaints. And it's a huge blush. It's 17 grams of product. I mean, that's gonna last forever. On to highlighter. So this is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Illuminating Palette. This is called Catwalk Pink 320. So there's 4 different colors. You can mix them all together or apply them separately. I haven't swatched them. Ooh, they're very smooth. We'll see how it applies on the face. I'm gonna use the Morphe R36. I've never used this brush. Also first impression. I'm gonna first go in with this shade over here, this lighter gold shade. Wow, that applies a lot nicer on the face than it did on my hand. I'm gonna mix these two. There's a lot of fallout. I mean, it's a drugstore product. I shouldn't be that picky, but it's very powdery when you're getting it off the palette. I'm just mixing these 2 shades together now. My goodness, do you see that, like, how it kicks off? I like how this brush applies it. I think it looks it's a really nice natural glow. Can you guys see it? I hope you can, because it's pretty fucking blinding. Like, once you get past the top layer, it just doesn't look as sparkly, but I mean, I think it's still applying really nicely, so that's interesting. Because, like, I don't know if you can see this, but, like, the pan looks pretty sparkly, but then if you look at the 2 that I've just used, there's, like, no sparkle. That's fascinating to me. My base is done, and I'm going to go in with the Milani Make It Do Setting Spray, Hydrate, Illuminate, and Set. That smells amazing. Oh, I like how that smells. That smells really good. While this dries down, I'm going to go in and do my brows, and I'll be back. My brows right now, they're really having a rough time. I'm going to go in with this Wet n Wild brush. It's technically a small eyeshadow brush, but I really liked its synthetic shape and size to try it out for concealer. Little natural cleanup job on your brows without looking too harsh. I actually really like it. And I've been really trying to go for a more natural effect lately. kind of. I mean, I'm not that great. Natural requires more practice in my opinion, because it's so easy to like be heavy-handed with your brows. It smells so good. I just keep getting like a whiff of this spray. And then I'm going to go in with the setting thing for my brows that's not a first impression. I just really like it. I like how the setting mist is looking. I think it looks really natural and pretty. It set all the powdered areas really nicely. I mean, considering it's like a $5 foundation, an $8 setting spray, I really think the combination of the primer mist with the setting spray with the foundation made such a huge difference, and they work beautifully together. I'm really a fan, and I have no complaints. So I have a few more products to try out. So I did get an eyeshadow palette. I cannot for the life of me remember the last time I bought an eyeshadow palette from a drugstore. But I bought the Milani number 6 Vital Brights. Oh wow, they have a really nice tutorial in the back. Little how to use like all the colors. So I haven't even opened this guy yet. Let me open him if I can. The purple is like already has fallout. So it comes with this little brush. I actually like it. I think it's comparable to Anastasia brushes that come in kits. We can test it out. We'll try it out today. Damn, that blue is like on fire. Purple's nice. What should we do with this? That's the question. I think I'm going to do like greens on the top and use this purple as the darker shade to deepen it. And I'm just going to ignore the blue. Even though the blue is calling my name, it's really beautifully pigmented, but I feel like I do a lot of blue looks, so I'm going to ignore that. But I'm going to use this like domed round edge and dip into the green. I'm sorry guys. It's too small. I can't use it. So I'm going to go in with a Smith 230 and just work on blending this out. Tinted. That blend looks really nice. I'll go in with a little guy, add a bit more pigment down here, blend it out. I'll blend it out with a bigger guy. I'm impressed. That took hardly any effort. Went with the Morphe M506. I've never used this brush. Another first impression. I'm gonna use the purple now. Using the purple, I'm gonna deepen the outer V. I'm gonna tap in to this guy and this guy. The blue's a lot more pigmented. And then I'm going to pick up the peach shade. It's really shimmery. I'm going to spray it with the setting mist to get it a little damp. Also, it smells really nice. I just wanted to smell it again. I'm going to put that on the center. Oh, this brush is pointless. Okay, gonna get a flat brush that will work. One didn't work because I will say the brush is shit. It's too tiny to work with. It's really hard to use. I'm just gonna pack this on and go pretty high into the crease space over the green. That's what I do because I have hooded eyes, because people will not see this shadow unless my eyes are closed if I don't like put it all the way at the top there. With the gold shadow. This guy. I'm gonna tuck him right. Yeah. Okay. Oh, and it got in my eye and it's burning. I've never experienced an eyeshadow burning my eyeball before. Great! Thoughts on this eyeshadow palette really fast before I do the other eye and proceed. The purple and the blue are stunning. They're extremely pigmented. They're gorgeous. That being said, I think all the colors individually are really pretty, but they don't make sense as a palette. I think the colors individually are really nice, and if you're looking for an inexpensive palette that has bright colors, this is a good one because the shadows are high quality. As a palette, I don't think it makes sense, but I don't think it would be a waste of money if you're just looking for some really vibrant colors to test out and like play around with colored makeup. Okay, so we have both eyes done. I am going to try and salvage this with a little bit of eyeliner and glitter. Glitter fixes everything, right? I like these colors. I think the eyeshadows are really high quality. They do have a bit of fallout, like they're a little bit powdery. It really just depends on your preference. I don't think these are easy to make a comprehensive look altogether. I don't really like how this turned out, but I tried my best to try and make it look like one cohesive thing. I'm gonna go in with Dreamsicle from Lit Cosmetics. Okay, we have some glitter, working on salvaging this look. I don't think it looked bad. The colors blend beautifully and everything like that. I'm just picky with my color combinations, and I did not like how the colors looked together. A little bit of a white liner-ish. This is the Danessa MYRICKS matte color in white. Fails, just add some white dots. Okay guys, we have our lashes on. I used my Danessa MYRICKS Color Fix Waterproof Cushion Color in black for my liner, and my lashes, as always, are my absolute favorite, Provocative from Flutter Lashes. Okay, this is what we're working with. That glitter though, am I right? So pretty. So pretty. I have 2 liquid lipsticks. These are both from Wet n Wild. They're their Mega Last Liquid Cat Suits. Receipt. These liquid lipsticks were $4.68 each. I really like that they have a plastic cover. There were some Revlon liquid lipsticks I was looking at, and they didn't have like anything that prevented you from opening them. And I don't feel comfortable buying a liquid lipstick if people could have used it. So I didn't buy those. But I'm happy I found these. I actually got a coral color, which I rarely get. Oh my goodness, my cat's meowing, I'm sorry. I got a coral color. I rarely get corals, but I was drawn to it because of this peachy color in the eyeshadow, and I didn't know how I was going to use that. I think I'll probably use this one. Pink color is called Pink Really Hard. You know what, it's a little streaky. It may just be the way I applied it, but you can always work around that. It's not perfect, but for $4 liquid lipsticks, hard for it not to look streaky in the swatch, but I think they're both really pretty colors. It has like almost no scent. The coral color, which is called Coral Corruption. They're not very liquidy, like some matte lipsticks. It's very creamy. I feel like it looks even just like a tint more orange than it does in here, but I like how it looks with the eye. Oh goodness. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through each product now that it's been on my face for a bit. Not gonna lie, I took a break between my 2 eyes, so there was a couple hours in there. And so my foundation has moved. It's been about 30 minutes since I put the lip on, so I feel like I can give you some good thoughts. Definitely worth it. I'm gonna keep using this for sure. I really liked it. Mega cushion and the small sponges. I'm obsessed with these right now. Can you be obsessed when you've used them once? I don't know. I really like these. It's like $9 for 4 of them. They're super soft. I really like using them dry. I'm gonna keep using them. So far, definitely approve. The cushion color. I'm on the fence about this. I want to keep trying it, but at this point, I do like it. At this point, I like it. It's only $5 or something, so that's worth it to me. Foundation. Okay, so this foundation was also $5, I believe. I'm just gonna quickly look everywhere. Okay, this foundation performed beautifully, has stunning coverage, stunning finish. The only place where it's really weird is right here in my laugh lines. It's separated interesting. It makes my mouth down here look very wrinkly. I don't know if that's a matter of I need to set it more or what, but everywhere else it looks amazing. So I'm not sure what I think about that. I'm gonna keep using it. My first thing is that it's $5 and everywhere else it looks stunning, so I think I just need to keep working in this area and figure out if I need a different setting powder or a different setting spray or what. I think for $5 it's great. This is the lightest shade though. So since this is the lightest shade, and I'm not super pale, I'm pretty pale, but I'm not like insanely pale, so that's one downside to it. I like it, but I think the applicator is silly. It's only $5, so it's not unreasonable, but this is also the lightest shade, so I think the shade range is severely lacking. Really just for concealing. You can't really use it for anything else because it can't highlight, because it's not light enough to highlight on me. I think the packaging is really, really inexpensive, and this was half off, and that's why I got it. So I'm kind of bummed that the packaging is kind of so bleh when it was like a $14 bronzer originally. But the color I think is really nice. It blended beautifully. That being said, it is like just a bronzer, so unless you're a makeup connoisseur or you're trying to find a good drugstore one, I mean, this works, but I wouldn't pay the full price for it, if that makes sense. I approve. I like it. I recommend it. This is, again, the Tea Rose blush from Milani. It smells kind of funny, but I think it looks beautiful, blends beautifully. It's worth $7 to me. Highlighter palette. It kind of annoys me that it's not as sparkly as it looks like, but I think it gives you a really beautiful glow, and it looks really natural. It blends really nicely, so I'm going to keep using it. I'd recommend it if you're looking for a good drugstore highlighter palette. The setting spray, I'm like already obsessed with this. First of all, I think the packaging is so cute. It smells so good, and I think it did a really good job of setting everything and kind of getting it to blend in together. The way it sprays, that's really nice. The spray is very diffused because of the kind of sprayer it is. And it's holding up really well, except for right here. So I'm going to make this part be the foundation. I don't think it's anything else but the foundation and the powder I set it with, so I have to work on that still. Eyeshadow palette, I've said a lot of this already. For the lips, I don't like it. The colors are really nice. I mean, it's $4, you know, so if you want to spend your money on it, you can. But, like, you can see I haven't eaten anything or drank anything, right? But you can see all the cracks in my mouth. I mean, to each their own. Honestly, you do you, but I would rather spend more money and get a higher quality lip or something that doesn't wear this way. It feels very tight. That wraps up this video of Drugstore First Impressions. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this was fun for you. I had a good time. I gave my opinions on lots of things, which I always feel weird when I give my opinion so many times, but I hope you found it valuable. Everything will be linked down below. All the products I used, everything like that. Feel free to follow me on other social media where I post more frequently, although I'm posting quite frequently here, so. And thank you for watching. Please be sure to leave a comment, like, subscribe, whatever you'd like to do. And yeah, feel free to watch this video here. I probably talk just as much. And then you can subscribe.